Just because you're not paying attention and someone tries to gank you, don't run. Fight. Because you would never know how weak that person is. And that's why they're trying to gank you, because that's the only way they can kill anybody. So, turn around, fight them, and you never know, you may tear them apart. So, don't give up when you're about to be ganked, fight back, and you probably will beat them.
Welcome back, beta testers. You're listening to PWNcast. I am your host, Eli, speaking to you from Denver, Colorado. It is June 28th in patch 5.4.8. We're going to talk about the new human model, Wowhead beta key giveaway. The community gets NPCs. We're still in the Midsummer Fire Festival. PWNcast has got its contest going on. I brought the Honey Badgers with me. The mage who got his tanking cloak instead of his DPS cloak. Fries the Mage. What's up, buddy?
Not true at all. It's not. I was talking.
That's what I heard.
I was on Skype with Sam, and we're sitting there and we're talking, and all of a sudden I go, "Am I supposed to be fighting the White Tiger?" I go, "I don't know if I'm supposed to be fighting him or not." And then she goes, "I'm going to go quick on Google real quick." So she checks up. She goes, "No, you're supposed to be fighting the what's it called? What was he? He was the Green Dragon." And I go, "Oh, well, I guess I'm leaving this battle." So good thing she knew what she was talking about. I ended up getting the right legendary cloak, and I no longer need a blanket. I just use the cloak now. So it's awesome. It makes me warm inside. So nice. I got it. Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Right on. Well, welcome back to the show. And also brought the healer who is sponsored by Band-Aid, Mass Medic. What's up, buddy?
Really?
I wasn't expecting that.
He's got it right on his cloak. It's a little Band-Aid symbol right on his legendary cloak.
I'm going to have to unfriend you after this. I don't know. Band-Aid? Nothing legendary? No, okay.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Hey, at least you didn't get the store brand,
I'm going to fight the urge to sing the Band-Aid Stuck on Me song.
Oh, my goodness.
Mathematics was back in NAM.
I love my intro.
Oh, that's awesome. Right on. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. And apparently me and our unnamed guest sound exactly alike.
Yes, you guys will hear that here in a bit. Also brought the Warlock who sends her minions to do her shopping. Belle, what's up?
What's up, guys? I can't stop laughing at the Band-Aid. Let me pull myself together. I'm good.
Okay, right on. That's awesome. And this week we have a guest. It is Rathimus, the admin of one of the World of Warcraft groups. What's up, Rath?
Not much. How about you guys?
Oh, nothing much. We're happy to have you with us. Apparently you just got off of a battle, so we might talk a little bit about that. Good to have you on the show. Let's talk about our week in WoW, guys. Go ahead and let's start with Frieza. Tell us a little bit about what you did.
Well, definitely it was crazy because 6 months ago I ended up quitting WoW for a long time, and in that process I got really mad because of the few quests that I got. One of them was the Black Prince, and I just finished getting, I believe, the Signals of Power or something like that, the secrets. That's the 20 secrets, and I go, okay, I'm pretty close to the legendary cloak. And then I finished that, and then I get a quest to collect 12 runestones from TOT raids, which I've already done 100 times prior to that quest. And then I quit WoW, and that was probably one of the biggest things. Like, this game is stupid, can't believe this. And then I get back on, and it took me 2 weeks to get all 12 runestones. So I think I quit a little too soon. I could have had this cloak a long time ago. It only took me a few weeks, and it was pretty easy. So
they made it easier recently.
That too. And I know I said it in the last show. I said you can get 2 You can keep getting runestones back to back in the raids. Doesn't matter if you already looted from him. I have yet to bust that. I don't think that's true anymore. Once I get a runestone from a boss, that's it. I don't get another runestone from him for the rest of the week. So if I was anybody, I wouldn't try that. And you can get runestones from the Siege of Orgrimmar. You don't have to get them from the Pinnacle Storms or the Halls of the Fleshing. You can get them from anywhere.
Oh,
so,
I didn't know that
either. And then some guys why don't you just go run Siege of Orgrimmar? And I go, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, every boss drops it, 100%. I went in there, first boss in Siege of Orgrimmar, and he dropped me a runestone. So
nice.
For everyone to know when you get there. But yeah, that's what I did. I just been doing that every night and getting my prideful gear for arenas. Starting to do arenas pretty hardcore again, and it's pretty awesome.
Right on. That's awesome. How about you, Mass? What you been up to?
I've started that epic quest to get your cloak of unlikeness that I'm pretty sure is going to be invalid right as soon as the next patch comes out.
Yep.
So,
of course.
I'm like at that midpoint where I'm like, do I really need this cloak? I mean, really? Is it really worth that much time and effort and the tears I'm going to be spending crying at night when I'm not getting the stuff I need? So that's where I've been. So I've been jumping back and forth between my different tunes, just PvPing, raiding, whatever, fits the vibe.
And how about you, Belle?
Well, I would love to say mine is as exciting as Mass's, but sadly, I seem to just be hanging around in Stormwind and randomly trolling trade chat. I've had no motivation to do anything at all. Don't want to farm for secrets, which is where I'm at with legendaries. Have no desire to deal with LFR. So I've just been really I haven't been doing much. Slacking.
On the websites you've been active like crazy.
I have, and that's in large part, for those of you that don't know, PWNcast is actually going to be launching their website soon, and I've been working on that. So I get a break from WoW to be able to do that.
And
I cannot.
And can I say that we were talking today, and I don't know if she was in Stormwind or not, but I was in Stormwind on my troll, and I went invisible, and on the chat I go, I'm gonna go slap Varian. So I go inside invisible. I only got like 12 seconds to be invisible. I run in there, I slap him, and then I jet, and all the guards are all, hey, hey, and I split.
And I'm crying because he just slapped my king, by the way.
That's what I did today. That's
You did not desecrate a king's castle. I didn't appreciate that. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But yes, that was my read.
Right on. And how about you, Wrath? What have you been up to this week?
Oh, this week's been always busy as any other week. I'm the founder of the World of Warcraft public vent, which sees, on average, about 5,500 people use it every single day. So I'm always on that, keeping that busy, administrated, moderating that, training new staff in real recently. Also moderating the Warcraft community Facebook page. So that always keeps me on my toes. I'm also working on my new website, wrathstats.com, and then also leading the Wrathstrat AVs.
Nice. You've been busy.
I'm deeply involved in the community for Warcraft.
That is awesome.
Oh, that is awesome. We're going to get to talking about all that later on. But anything in any WoW?
Other than AVs, no, not a whole lot. I've got the ability to play the alpha and now the beta for Warlords, but I just haven't had a chance to check it out yet. So I've been eager to kind of dive into that soon.
That's it. Fist through screen. I can't believe you're not playing that. Wow.
I know.
It's horrible though.
Men and
it's
women
horrible
are
though.
trying to play that, and you're not touching it. Shame.
But listen, it's a good thing he's not. Beta's having a lot of issues. The server's dying every 5 seconds. They're having a lot of problems, so it's probably best he's not.
Yeah.
If you got high blood pressure, oh man, that would be frustrating.
Yep. And this week we are missing our DK. Spamberger's not able to make it this week. His computer decided to take a dump. So and at the same time, it's his birthday. So happy birthday, Phil. We miss you, and we think it's awesome that your computer decided to give you a very, very nice birthday present of not working.
Yep. Awesome time.
It's like, it's his birthday? Oh, screw you. I'm not working.
It's my birthday too. I'm 10 years old.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Wow.
I'm making a joke that his computer's old.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is old. I meant the computer, not spam.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. So also, guys, let me let you know something really cool happened to me. All right, now listen up. For those of us who are married, not all of our spouses play World of Warcraft. I know, Mike, you share this, and I know Phil's wife plays a little bit here and there. But as far as like most of the time when it's a World of Warcraft person playing, it's not both spouses. And Val, you got that thing going on where both of you guys play, and it's a happy thing, and it's great. But it's not for all of us. You know what I mean?
It's
well,
not.
Are you guys with me?
Sometimes it's annoying.
Okay.
No, sometimes it's annoying.
Right. And I'm okay. So I managed to get my wife to play, and she does not play this. You know, the only game she knows how to play is Mario.
Yep.
She loves that. And when you go to the old-fashioned Mario, nobody can beat her. She'll just fly through that thing, beat Koopa, and it's all over. And I'm like, really? So I got her to play. So I put it on her laptop, and we started playing, and oh my gosh! And in my mind, I spent like nights like staying up, figuring out how am I going to do this, because I don't want to screw it up. This is like the opportunity of a lifetime, you know, so that we can both share this together and play. And instead, it turned out to be like I didn't know what the heck I was doing. It was horrible because I couldn't. It was like I thought I would know what to do. I'm playing, and she's like, okay, how do I move? All right, where are you? What's going on? What's this quest? I'm like, every single thing that we forgot that we knew how to do, it just comes as a second nature to us. I was having to explain. And I was like, wait a second. Okay, so the guy, you have to click on him. So you're going to right-click on him. You're going to accept the quest. Okay, you see that map, that little map right there? That's your map. And then you got to turn this way, follow me. It was mostly the whole time was, where are you? I'm right here. Turn around. Okay, turn around. I'm right here. Okay, so follow me, and then we're going this way. No, wait, turn around. No, that's not me. That's somebody else. The whole time. And then what makes me so bad is the whole time I'm getting nothing but guild invites. It's like, come to our guild, be in our guild, be in our guild, be in our guild. And I'm like, no. And then I got this one guy at one time, he came up to us, and he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? You guys want to duel? What's going on? He's like jumping around us. And I'm like, can you go away, please? Don't bother us. We're trying to figure this out. It was harder than I thought, but boy, was it a blast. And if you guys can get your spouse to play, I would try so hard because it is so cool.
So let me get this straight. You had patience with her?
Yes.
Can I ask you? Can I tell you why I'm asking? Everybody knows I forced my husband to play originally because he was complaining I was always in game and not spending time with him. So I said, try it out. I decided to roll a 2 with him. It was the most annoying time of my life because I know everything and he knew nothing. And he kept saying, well, I don't know how to get the quest. I don't know how to move. I don't know how to do this. Where are you? Why? Literally, I wanted to choke him. So finally, he ended up doing it all on his own because once he leveled to a certain level, then once he figured it out, then we roll all of our tunes together. But originally, I had zero patience. How did you do that?
It was tough. It really was tough, and it was hard to just sit there and I'm running around. I got nothing to do. I mean, I could have been Facebooking the whole time while she's walking from here to there and getting up to the person, and you know, she's reading every quest. You know, we're reading every quest to figure out why we're doing what we're doing. And we think we leveled only like 3 levels. And at the very beginning, you can pop 10 levels in like 10 minutes. It's that easy. But we only did 3 levels. It was fun. I had a blast. And I will keep you guys updated. And so I explained every race. I was not biased in any way. And I guarantee you that. She wanted to know who the Horde was. I explained who the Horde was. She wanted to know who the Alliance was. And I explained who the Alliance was. And she's like, well... which one do you like? There's all these different races. And we spent probably most of our evening sitting there at the character creation spot. And she's like, well, I don't like that hair. Fix that hair. That face is ugly. Go to the next face. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, woosah. I'm just rubbing my ears. I'm like, calm down. You're going to make it. And so she decided she liked the Night Elves. She thought they were cool. So, and she wanted to be a male. I was like, you don't want to be a female? She's like, no, they don't look cool. I like the males. They look tough. I'm like, okay. So I'll pick the female then, so we can be a couple. It's a little weird. So she wanted to be a warrior. So shout out to all the warriors out there. That's what she wanted to be. I explained what warlocks were, what healing is all about, what tanking's all about, and she's like, no, I want a big shield, I want a lot of armor, and I want to be this big purple guy. And I was like, perfect, it's all you. So we had a blast. It was really fun. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, and we'll go from there. Basically, that's what I did in WoW, and I worked 64 hours this week, so I didn't really have time to do nothing. So I got my farm done here and there, and that's basically it. Let's break into the news, guys. Everybody's been talking about it. The web is all abuzz about this new human model because we've been waiting for it. We're tired of the porno eyebrows and mustache, and we want a new human model that looks like a real human person, and we finally got it. What do you guys think?
I thought it looked like
I want to go on this. I want to go.
Go ahead.
I have never seen man nips as pronounced as those on that. There's a reason why I never did a human, and that is why he looks like he belongs in some Romeo and Juliet love novels, and he rubs his nipples in the background. I don't know. They are too big. Hopefully in the next patch they shrink those bad boys, because all I'm going to see is half-naked men running around showing their nips. I'm sorry. That's what's going to happen.
And chest hair. The chest hair is
and chest hair. Yes.
I thought if you put a football in his hands, that'd be Tom Brady. That's what I got out of it.
Hey, there's actually a football in the game.
Is there really?
Yes, there is. If you were opening up presents last year, you got a football.
What's the deal with the golf course? It's nothing to do there. There's a golf course. You can go to the golf course, and it's pointless. Don't worry about it.
There's a golf course in the game?
I don't know. Don't listen to me. Anyways. Yeah, there is.
I don't believe you, because this is coming from the same person who said my minions live in apartments. So.
They don't pay rent. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I was looking at the comparison from the human model to the old one and the new one. And I mean, the feet were blocky and real, just horrible. And now you can see every single pronounced toe. And his hands, I think, are way too big for him.
He's buff.
He's huge, but he's like that skinny buff.
Yeah.
He's still got that skinny little waist going on.
If I was a woman, I would not date him. I'm just
saying.
Did you see the hairstyle with the two braids that go along his chest?
Ooh, I didn't see that.
You guys see that? Yeah, he has there's one hairstyle where he braids his hair, and it kind of like the dwarves do, and then just it falls down both sides.
Like gently covering his nipples,
Yes.
Good Lord.
Yes.
Who made this character? They must be shunned from Blizzard.
You know what makes me laugh is sometimes I think, and this is how my brain works, I'm thinking that there's probably a guy who's designing it. And they're like, we don't like that. And they had to call a meeting. And they're like, all right, guys, we're designing the human model. And these are 5 different samples of the nipples we want to choose from. So if you guys can all vote, and we can decide on which one we want. And they probably sat in there for 3 hours discussing man nipples.
Yep.
And it was like, really?
This is how it went down. I'm sorry. I think this is how it went down. I'm pretty sure the guy who made it probably has giant man nipples. And he feels completely comfortable with it. And he's all like, I have these. What? Oh, so nobody else has man nipples these big? I don't know if he's not been to a movie in the last 10 years. They're not meant to be that big. I'm sorry. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. The guy that made them probably had giant man nipples, or he fantasized about having them. One or the other.
He wants to make it acceptable.
And he has a great butt. From a female perspective, the butt is very much improved, because before it kind of looked like there was it was all just all butt, no back. It was all connected. Now the butt's more defined. He's got a little bit of junk in his trunk.
He does.
Not something
He's got the smolder.
Yes, he does.
Did you see the smolder?
I did see the smolder. That's awesome.
There's P90X. Yeah.
His
I don't judge him. I watch him.
And they got rid of the bushy eyebrows. Oh my gosh, those eyebrows were horrible. It was like having two mustaches on your face. It was horrible, and they got rid of that. And I love it.
For the women one to come out. I want to see her.
How did I know you were going to say that, Friza? I was waiting.
Hey, Wrath, what do you think, Wrath? What do you think about the new human model?
I think it is long overdue for an overhaul of that. Very hairy, very manly, definitely. The muscular outline of everything is just very well done. I think they paid close attention. I don't know who they modeled it after, but I agree the nips are a little pronounced, a little large.
Yeah, they need to remove the nips. I'm sorry, just downsize them, and then I will say that's the best work they've done so far in a character. It is. It's an amazing character, but
great.
the nips.
Nobody's gonna see him.
They're killing me. I don't know.
Nobody's gonna see him though. You know, we're all gonna wear gear. Nobody's gonna see him.
No, there's gonna be that one guy. There's gonna be that one guy.
Unless you're on Moonguard, you're gonna be wearing something.
You know
but if you're on Moonguard, you never wear anything.
With the NPCs and everything, with the new human models being used like that, the facial expressions I can tell are gonna be much better. You're going to be able to actually tell. You're going to see rage. You're going to see anger. You're going to see fear. I mean, that's going to be very interesting to see how they use that in the next expansion.
Good point.
Yep. Agreed.
That was a really good point.
So I approve of the new human model. I love it. And I'm not going to make a human model. Don't really care for that. But I'm more to the exotic races. Like I like the Draenei and I like the trolls and stuff like that. But the human model looks great, and so I'm looking forward to the female model coming out soon. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's talk about the Wowhead beta key giveaway. Which one of you guys want to jump on that?
I can take that over, I think.
Okay.
So for those of you that don't know, Wowhead has 2,000 Warlords of Draenor beta keys to give away. They're doing it over a span of 6 weeks. What they're doing is actually something that's pretty cool. What you have to do is, while you're logged in, you're supposed to log into Wowhead, and then didn't you do that earlier, Friday? Didn't you link your character?
I did.
So you link your character. You did give up. You link your character through the character profile, and what you have to do is they have a list of achievements that you have to, this week the achievement is complete any of the achievements on any difficulty, which is Veil of Eternal Sorrows, Gates of Retribution, the Underhold, and Downfall. So basically all of the siege wings, and it can be completed in LFR. So what happens is they take the people that have completed these achievements and they randomly choose. I think the first week is 200 beta keys are being given away. And each week it's going to be a different set of achievements that you have to do. So you guys have to go to Wowhead. You have to go to your character profile, link your profile, follow the instructions that they're giving you to verify that that's your tune. And then you just complete the achievements and you get put in the hat to be able to get one of these beta keys. And that's going on for 6 weeks.
Right, they're giving away a ton. Wow.
Yeah, they are. It's going on for 6 weeks. So this week is all Siege of Orgrimmar. So go to Wowhead and do your character profile, verify your character, get it all linked up, and then go through and do the achievements so that you guys can get a key.
Right, and you know what? Honestly, I think beta came out a little early. You know, alpha wasn't even out that long. It was just a couple of weeks.
That's true.
So I'm like, okay, alpha is they only launched like 2 spots, one for the Alliance, one for the Horde, and then now all of a sudden beta. And I'm like, okay, so if beta's already out, how long do you think beta's going to last?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm not ready to say.
Here's what I do know. I do know that right after BlizzCon, I know, and I don't even know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but I know that I don't believe that they're going to wait until December to release live. The rumor that
not if beta's already out.
Yes, the rumor that I have been told is they plan on doing it right after BlizzCon in November. So BlizzCon's November 7th and 8th. They plan on doing it literally right after that. So
don't they launch a PTR as well?
They do, and what they did for this release of beta was strictly stress testing for the server. What they wanted is they gave a mass amount of betas out, and they told everybody, okay, at this time, this is when everybody needs to log in. Right now, it's strictly testing the stress on the server to see what's going to happen on launch day. So they can tweak and fix, which I think is genius. They want to make sure that it can handle all of the players that are logging in, but that's what this whole first wave of beta that came out, it's to test the server strength to make sure that they're not dropping.
Which they are.
Which
They are massively.
Right, that's what I heard.
I mean, I've been watching so many streaming, and literally the load screens are horrible in between maps and stuff like that. The load screens are absolutely horrible.
Wow.
It's kind of like a pre-beta beta.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember when Burning
also,
Crusade... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I remember when Burning Crusade came out, I kept falling through the floor. I did. I don't know. I wasn't the only one that had to do that. A lot of people in my realm were falling through the floor.
He's walking with his buddy, and he's like, "Yeah." So the other day,
oh my sword! Yeah, that was
also real quick on the before I get lost in my train of thought. For the beta key giveaway, I just read when you log in and do your character profile, if you've already completed the achievement that they're listing for the Siege of Orgrimmars, and once you do your character profile, you're automatically entered. So if you've already done these achievements, go in and set up your profile so that you can get entered. It's automatic. It's nothing that has to be done after they started doing that. So make sure.
Because why give a beta key away to somebody who hasn't even done the content in MOP?
Exactly. So I wanted to make sure I threw that in there just for the listeners.
So don't link your level 90 boosted tune.
Correct.
Just say, don't do that.
Yep, that's perfect.
Who would do such a thing?
What? Right on. Well, have you guys done this then?
I tried.
Nope.
No.
Oh, still haven't done it? Wow, you guys don't want to beta, do you?
I haven't had a chance
that bad.
to.
You're like...
I think Fry's is more technical difficulties with trying to link his character.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. It was acting up for me, so I just went to bed. What I do.
Well, that's cool though that Wellhead's doing this, and I notice it's getting more and more every week, like 200, then like 300, and 400, 500, 600 as the week goes on. So they're definitely got a ton of keys. I think they said they got 2,000 keys to give away.
They do. They have 2,000.
And so yeah, hopefully we can get a key, and we can talk about that. Let's talk about the community gets NPCs. You see how many NPCs we're giving away?
I looked at that, but I didn't read the article.
They are giving quite a few actually of the community got NPCs.
Well, you know what I thought was crazy is Swifty has now 2 of them.
What?
He's got Captain such and such Swifty, and he's going to be in WoD, and then he's got Swifty, that little panda kid who's sitting in the shrine. Now he has 2 NPCs, and Horde got one, and Bagheera. And there's a lot of other ones that were announced. If you guys follow them all on Twitter, Wowhead linked all of their Twitter accounts. So if you guys want to find out who these are, go to Wowhead and you can see all of their Twitter accounts and stuff, and you can follow them and find out who they are. So yeah, what do you guys think?
I think it's awesome.
I think I need an NPC.
No, those
it
guys
is cool though,
it.
right?
I mean,
how many games do this? Seriously, how many games do this?
None that I know of. I mean, look at Halo. You got some of the best gamers of all time in Halo, and they don't ever give them something like that.
No way.
You know.
No. So I think this is great. It's really them engaging in their community and showing love to the community, and it's really cool to know that, hey, maybe one day if you really start to stream a lot and you really start to gain a really big audience, one day you might be in the game and you will be, in there forever.
That's awesome.
Well, they're acknowledging players too, which I think is good. They're acknowledging the people that really make a difference with other players, the people that teach how to PvP, arena, and all that stuff. They're rewarding them for a lot of good work.
I know, it is true. It's true.
Awesome. Because they're promoting their product. I mean, I think it's only
isn't that achievement for being the first to hit the max level in a realm? It's 0 points. I believe that achievement is 0 points.
you get
no reward just getting the achievement for it, but you get like no points to add it to your achievement chart or something like that. I thought that was pretty jacked up. I just thought about that right now when you said there were. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, Wrath, do you talk to any of these guys? Do you talk to Horde, Swifty, Bagheera?
I talked to Swifty last year at BlizzCon, and we spoke on a couple different occasions about things, but not regularly, no.
Yeah, they're mostly PvP.
Well, that's what I am.
And I think what's funny is that the PvPers get the love. I didn't see too many any raiders
Because
in
those
there.
are the true gamers, PvP people. Anybody can stand behind the boss and shoot him. That's not.
Yeah, that's like the that's like the meme we put up on our Facebook page. Is all these cops and they're all in a line and they're shooting the targets, one at a time, and then it says PVE, and then it's on the bottom. It shows like this battleground and there's all these explosions and the troops are running like on D-Day, and it's like that's PvP. I thought that was
true.
great.
Unless you're a tank, I'm just saying, tanks
Yeah.
have looking for. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on this rant because it needs to be done. Looking for Raid has gone on this. It doesn't have any more skill. You don't have that finesse anymore, where it's challenging, where you have to like plan things out. I mean, I was watching the Leroy Jenkins videos today when they're all talking about damage crunches and everything like that. I miss that. Like the pureness of it. Nowadays, it's literally just the tank and the heals and the DPS. But all that DPS has to do is not stand in the fire. But for some reason, half of them do. It's just not as hard and as challenging as it was.
Well, I did.
That was my rant. I'm done.
I did a TOT today without any tanks. I was in a raid group. Both the tanks left, and we did the first to the last boss without a tank. So obviously that's a good point because we didn't need any of them. It's that easy now.
Right. Have you guys jumped into the Midsummer Fire Festival at all?
No. I like the buff. I have not. The buff is cool.
Okay, I got to stand up on the soapbox for a bit because what's the deal? Like, do they not have a team working on these things? Like everything that we do now, we did last year. There's no new nothing. And the boss is the same. I think his hit points are even the same. Like, they didn't even say, add a few numbers on there.
Add a 0.
Which, I mean, seriously, how hard is that to just add a 0? Add 2 zeros. Make it a little harder for there. And then you're done for the day. But seriously, they don't have anybody working on holidays at all. Where's the event staff?
I'm going to have to agree with you on that. I agree.
This is ridiculous. I mean, seriously, you're pulling in millions and millions of dollars every month. You can't, go to a college somewhere and say, hey, we're looking for a few programmers and pay them, starting salary and say, hey, fix this for us, and then go do what you're doing. And they'd be so excited to just sit there and work on maybe a new pet or a new item or a new something. But it's the same exact thing. It's like they don't even care. Why have them in there? Why have them in there? If you're not even going to care enough to do something new, why leave it in the game? This is stuff we did. This game's been out for 10 years. Where's the new something? I mean, I know you're running through a brand new beta. You got a lot your staff, but I mean, seriously, pick one guy.
Yeah.
One guy. And say, hey, you're not doing nothing. You just sit there drinking coffee all day. Why don't you go work on this? Add a couple zeros to the guy.
I have to agree with Mass Medic on this one. As a Stamberger would say, back in my day, Altus Valley took an hour to play. And you were summoning snowmen and big old bosses to come out and fight for you, and it was literally to the death. It came down to like 10-0. Those were the greatest games that I've ever had.
Challenge.
And all about the challenge, and it's something like this. They just kind of just put all these fire camps throughout Azeroth and all these places, and what they need to do is they need to make it kind of like an in-game raid, like a world raid, where to get to the fire camp, you have to have a group of like 50 people together to go put it out, and then it takes, at least 5 minutes to put it out or something. Make it very challenging. Put bosses in front of it, because that'll get these people going. That'll get people like, we need to group up and take that fire out. We get an achievement, we get a mount, we get a minion, you get something for it. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Like make him like a world boss. That Ahun guy. Why can't he just like be outside of Stormwind, outside of Orgrimmar, and every once in a while he appears like every hour, and he's like, roar, and then everybody kind of bands together and goes and kills him. Instead of this whole queue, couple dudes get in, go, kill, done. And you're like, that was it? That's really all we're doing? Why not make it a community event where everybody can go and do something?
It's just a bunch of rogues doing it. That's all who does it. A bunch of rogues, man. They go through all the cities and they put out the fire and then they go home. And it's like, oh, it's so easy.
Yep. Yep,
You know?
it's true. It's very true. And there's like one skeleton sitting there by the fire, and you're like, so that's the one guy in the Alliance who decided to come over here?
You know how many times
I guess nobody else cares.
me and Reckless will sit in front of a campfire like in the Silver Moon or something. We'll sit there for a good 20 minutes, and we'll finally see one Alliance come down, and we just destroy his life. And then we're like, okay, well, that's going to be the last of them. We got to go somewhere else now.
We got the one Alliance guy who decided to do this achievement.
It's true. We'd go hang around all the fireplaces and look for action, you know.
There's no more incentive anymore. There's no more incentive to do anything with these new... I mean, what's the next one that's coming out? Do you guys know? Isn't it Halloween or Hallows Eve?
No,
that's the next
Pilgrim's Bounty. Oh, yeah, it is. The Pilgrim's Bounty is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we got Hallows Eve coming up. Let me guess. Not a single thing added? Everybody's just going to try for the mount because that's the only thing anybody cares about. It's because it's such a rare drop. They're going to try for that mount, but that's it. How many people are going trick-or-treating? Why can't you make it fun? I don't know. I appreciate this company. I think this company's great. You know, I'm definitely a fanboy, but at the same time, I'm like Francis. You know, I'm like, where is it? And I'm screaming. You know, you guys ever seen that video?
That's a great video.
You ever saw Francis when he rage quits? And he's like, nobody's playing Diablo 3! Nobody's playing! Yeah, that's me right now. I'm like, nobody's playing Midsummer Fire Festival! Ah! That's me. So, I'm screaming. I'm Francis right now. I'm going to get off my
I don't know who I'm listening to anymore.
So, that's my thing on that. Since I missed last week, I wasn't able to be here. I wanted to talk about that. Who wants to talk about the contest? I think, Mass, you want to talk about that? Our PWNcast contest.
Oh, yes. Our PWNcast contest.
Nice.
We'd like to bring to you a very cool thing is, I love free stuff. I don't know who doesn't love free stuff unless you know you're a billionaire and you just want to pay for it because you got the money. I love free stuff, and that's why we're doing a contest. We're doing a contest to help share and promote the page, but we're also doing it because, who doesn't like free stuff? All right. Mm-hmm. So the dealio with this is we're giving away a mount or a pet, whatever you want from your choosing, from the Battle.net store. And we're giving that away once we hit 1,000 likes. And during that, you have to like and share the post that we have and also the page. And once you do that, you're automatically entered. And you can also go to our YouTube channel, PWNcast, and then you can also go to PWNcast on iTunes and subscribe to that, and you'll actually get extra entry. So if you want a free mount, pretty much just look at it as like, here's a free $30 gift. You don't have to pay for. We're not going to pay for your subscription. Not getting caught into that. But we will buy you a pet, a mount, whatever you feel entitled to at that moment. We will get it for you. Remember, all you have to do is like the page, like the post, and share it. And you're automatically entered. And we're doing that once we hit 1,000. I believe we're at 820-something right now, or somewhere along those lines. So we're getting there. So I'm guessing by the end of next week, we're probably going to have enough to finally give out this. So, go to our page, like it, check out the post, like the post, shoot it out, get entered, and guess what? You might get a chance to win an awesome prize.
Awesome. I like.
So yeah, our last contest was a bust.
It was horrible.
I don't know. I think what it was is me and Belle were talking about this, and we said, send us your gaming setup. Send it to us. What do you got going on? Do you have something? You got a fish tank maybe? Do you got a couple lava lamps? What do you got? Put it on there, and we'll vote for the best one. And literally, we only got one submission, and that one didn't even qualify because they didn't do everything we asked. So it was like that. Nobody else. Seriously, all you had to do was put one on there with a thumbs up. You would have got it because you're the only one. And it's like nobody didn't want it. It's like, what? Come on, people. But from what I hear and what I'm thinking is I got a couple comments from other people, and they said, no, dude, my gaming setup's like full of like Cheetos and like gross, Pepsi cans all over the place. It's not something I want to show people. It looks like a hoarder's house. So, yeah, not everybody has that sweet, awesome setup, So we thought we'd try something a little up your alley, so that it'd be really easy to just like our page. We're trying to get some likes, So that's great. I'm glad we're doing this. This is great. Is there a second place for this at all?
Yes,
or?
there is a second place. It's a loot card, I believe.
Woo-hoo!
So, you get something else there. I mean, come on. It's free stuff. Why not do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Agreed. And I think our Facebook page is at 818 likes or something like that as of recently. So I'm excited because we're almost there. And I want to give this away and shout them out. All right, guys. We have a guest, and we want to talk about our guest. We're excited to have Rathamus here with us. So, Rath, why don't you tell us a little bit about your website?
Rastats.com is something I've been wanting to have developed over many, many years now. It's basically, there's a lot of leaderboard sites out there to track like World of Warcraft statistics. And you got these guys that are on these leaderboards. You can always expect to see the same guy up there all the time because they've been piling these stats away for the last 10 years, 9 years, whatever it might be.
Right.
You have no hope if you just come in the recent expansion of ever getting up on that leaderboard, even remotely close to them. So what I've done is create a leaderboard system that's dynamic and rolling where it only tracks the data over the last 30 days. So whatever stats you've done 30 days, that's what you see up on the site. And if and every day that proceeds on, so you get another day of stats piled on, day one, so you get stats from day 31, the stats from day one fall off. It's always 30 days rolling. Every single day it just keeps moving up. So the leaderboard's always shifting. You never know who's going to be on top. So theoretically, if a person stops playing for 30 days straight, they fall completely off the board. So everybody you see there, those are all active players that are playing now. It's not somebody that's played for 8 years and stopped playing, and you're still trying to top their leaderboard stuff from years ago. So that's the really nice, unique, dynamic thing about it.
Right, I know, I love it. I got on there and I looked for myself, and I'm not on there. So
you have to submit your tune, and it takes at least 2 days because we need to grab 2 snapshots of your profile for battle to compare the statistics.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's really straightforward. It's easy to use. I would recommend it, guys. It's not that hard to submit your tune, and it's called rathstats.com. That's rathstats.com. I'd recommend it, guys. I think it's great. Yeah, that's awesome because I hear what you're saying. Somebody who's been playing for a while is going to remain on top, and they never reset that. And if you could reset it constantly like you're doing, everybody's got a shot to be on there. Take a screenshot, share it with their friends. I love it.
30 days, everybody's on the same playing field.
I love it. I think it's great. So you're also the admin of one of the World of Warcraft groups that's labeled World of Warcraft on Facebook. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's Warcraft Community in Facebook there. I was recently made an admin there by the founder, his name is Insane James. And I was tasked with cleaning up the page, getting rid of a lot of the trolls, instituting some guidelines, some conduct, some rules, and things like that to get the page on track because it was getting to be kind of really toxic. And I was there for a while. He had been looking for admins for a good at least month, and I kept seeing him posting about it. And finally, I just remained on it. And I was like, hey, I have time. I have my hands in a lot of different things in Warcraft and with the community. I have a lot of experience with customer support and things like that. I'd be more than happy to help step up and fill those shoes and help get the group back on track. So that's what I've been doing. When I joined, there was about 8,500 members. I think it's the second largest Warcraft group there is. Don't quote me on it. I don't know about all the other ones out there. But I think now we're sitting at 11,600 members now, and that's just over the last month.
Oh, okay. And it's an open group or a closed group?
It is an open group currently.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So I was talking earlier with the guys about this World of Warcraft group stuff, and I'm in a lot of groups, and as I'm doing research while we're on the call, I realize I've answered the mystery to one of the groups I have been booted and banned from. Ironically, it is your group. So, my question is, why did I, the precious Belle, get booted and banned? I have never done anything wrong in that group.
Drama.
I can't even look at the group anymore. I had to log into my daughter's page to look at it, and I'm just trying to figure out: did I break a rule? Am I?
She's a warlock.
It's hard to say. We don't have a record to see who's being removed, and we can see who's removed. We can't see who removed them, and we can't tell why. And we do get a lot of different trolls and things like that, so it's hard to keep records. We're not expected to build a case, and keep files for every single person that we're doing something with. And like I said, I can't tell what the other admins are doing. There are several other admins, so it's hard to say. I have had a couple removed that were causing problems that I wasn't really sure about. I'm trying to get us all working together in a synergy to help better police that page. But
I'm going to need you to synergy me back on that page.
Yes.
I'd be happy to help you with that.
Awesome.
I didn't mean to call you out. I thought it was funny because I was just talking about how I got booted, and I was like, wow, I've never been kicked out of anything before. And then I realized it's one of your pages, and I'm like, oh.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. I wouldn't let her back in.
How long ago was it?
It was just recently, within the last few days, and you know what it might be? I share a lot of PWNcast stuff in your group, and maybe people think it's spam. It's not spam, and that might be the reason.
Yeah, that might be. I've been all the PWNcast stuff that I've seen, I've let go, and I don't think I've communicated that directly with the others. I think they're just going off the directive that they see in the group description, the code of conduct.
Gotcha.
Somebody might have just taken it just a little too far. But
Can you tell them that we love you?
Yeah, I'll definitely look into that.
Awesome.
Is
That's
it
awesome.
me?
Right on.
Can you guys hear Wrath, or is he talking really low? Is that just me?
Yeah, he seems like he's talking a little
Okay,
low
I
to me
can
too.
ready here.
I want to jump in here real quick. I think it's really
ahead.
cool, Wrath, how you're instigating and doing that. I feel a little bad that, you kind of kicked one of our colleagues out, but, other than that,
Would you Friza? Me and you after the show is going down.
It's on. Go ahead, Max.
I'm sorry.
I really like what you did with, the recategorizing the stat points and whatnot like that, because I think that also kind of gives people the momentum to actually try again. Because, like Ben was talking earlier with his wife, he started playing, and I started playing with my wife too, and it's kind of a hard thing to have somebody so new into the game and try to achieve great things and then get kind of shunned from it because you already have this person that's been there for years that's already done it. So I really kind of like how you implemented that, because I think it's going to give a whole new a stat change, I guess you could say, so you can have newer people actually try.
Right. The other cool thing, too, that we're going to be doing here in the future is setting up so that you can actually register an account. You can claim all your tunes, and then your account as a whole is actually tracked on the board as well. So that if you are an altaholic, you're not punished for that. You can actually play all your tunes. If you play a bunch, you can get a whole bunch. You can have your account up there totaled up with all your tunes that way.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love this guy.
That's awesome.
I love this guy.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
Need you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I need you on my team.
We're gonna definitely link that on our website. Tell us a little bit about this event, because I kind of want to get in there and see what's up.
Oh man, the World of Warcraft public event. That's something I started back in February 2007. It's been around for a very long time. Originally, it was called the Nathrezim public event. I created it for my realm. It was made off of another kind of an unofficial alliance Horde guild where they kind of went to congregate to talk and communicate between each other. Because at the time back then, you couldn't create an account. On your same, on the same account, you couldn't create another faction and go and talk to other people. So it was kind of this old guild event was an unannounced, unspoken way of where everybody just kind of knew where to go and come together. Well, that was threatened to, the person who ran that was threatening to close it. And I said, hey, let's make this an official thing. I asked them for permission to, advertise in their event for a few days before they actually closed it to get people to migrate over. And the Nathrezim public event, it started out as a 40-man event, moved up to 100. Every single time we've hit the cap, I've increased it, and we remain that way. And we hit the maximum that Ventrilo can carry. It's 400 users. We hit that within 2 years, and maintain that. And so that's where it all started. It was in 2011 that, with all the different cross-realm stuff going on, we started realizing that we were a 400-man event for one realm, but we had people from all over World of Warcraft using the event now. And so I decided, let's just make it official again. Let's just keep with the migration on this. Let's just open this to the world. So I changed the name to the World of Warcraft public event. and that was in 2011. In 2013, in January, we actually picked up. Now I've been paying for this out of my pocket for all these years. I think I'm thousands of dollars to run these events over the years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
A lot.
My wife would kill me.
Some of it's been offset by donations and things like that through the years, but the event costs have ranged anywhere from $50 a month to I think now. And you'll be shocked when you hear this later on, but now the event probably runs closer, if I was to be paying for it, would be around $300 to $400 a month to keep it up.
Wow.
Right now, what happened is I ran into an issue. We had so many people. We were capping every night. 400 is the hard code to cap any event server in the world can have. And I approached Typefrag. I knew they were the number one provider for voice over IP servers out there. And I said, hey, I have a logistics problem here. I can't have 3, 4, 5 different 400-man events to cater to everyone and try and split all my staff amongst them to keep them moderated. It's just an unrealistic thing. Can you guys help me out? So we actually, working together with Typefrag and Flagship Industries that makes Ventrilo, we actually were able to use a specially licensed version of Event Server. We're the only ones in the world that have access to this. But we can actually run up to 5,000 users now instead of 400. And we currently have...
Isn't that just chaotic, though?
You would think so, but it's actually pretty well organized on the server. If you ever log in and check it out, I think, if I looked right now, I mean, we have...
Are you guys just subnetting the IPs? Is that how you're able to do it all?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm a tech geek, so I'm curious.
Yeah, but I approached them with that. They worked with it, so we're currently set at 1,000 users, and every single time we hit that cap, like I said, I pledged long ago that I would always do whatever it took to make sure that there was always a home that people could log on to. They could always get to it. Everyone could get there, no matter how big it needed to get. So that's where we're at now, 1,000 users. We hover right around 600 users online at our peak hours now. Right when the last content patch came out for Siege of Orgrimmar, we were seeing 800, 900 online. We haven't quite hit that 1,000 cap yet, but a lot of people don't know about the server, so...
Oh, well, we're going to definitely promote that.
Yes,
That's
we
awesome.
are.
Yeah.
We need to get the info so we can get on, and we can all get on there and shout out the show and see what it's all about, because I'm anxious to see what kind of chaos that's going to produce. That's a lot of people.
It's pretty crazy, and but yeah, anyways, Typefrag actually offered to fully sponsor us now, so it's completely non-profit. I never intend to make money from this ever. This is purely to serve the World of Warcraft community, and it always will.
I love this
rock.
guy.
You're awesome.
We do. I love you,
Wow.
and not. I mean,
Wow.
no. Not in a weird way.
I mean, don't let her back in. I mean, I still leave her out of the...
My feelings are hurt. That's terrible.
Obviously, he makes good decisions. So.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, since 2007, we've had 1.3 million unique users log on that event and use it for an extended period of time.
You said Nazrim. Is that your realm?
Nathrazim is the realm I play on.
That was the original realm I started on, and I left because I got tired of getting ganked every 5 minutes. So that's funny that I've never heard another player, but I literally got ganked every 5 minutes while leveling my lobbies, and I got so sick of it that I left.
It was one of the original PvP realms.
I think I was in Herbal Ignition, or I forget what guild I was in. It was probably Herbal Ignition.
That's that time, Wrath, where you got to be like, back in my day, it was one of the...
walk over to Hillsbrad foothills, barefoot through the thistles.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Good times.
Slog wetlands.
The plague lands, yeah, it was the good stuff.
Oh my gosh. You also, I've heard, have a very good Arctic Valley strategy, and I would love to hear this strategy because you posted up your tune, and you've played it, I think, 500 times or something, and you haven't lost or something like that?
I think as of the last update, I'm sitting at 534 battlegrounds played for AV, and I'm sitting at 524 victories. I actually haven't lost an AV in over 4 years.
Oh my gosh! Because I played, I loaded my tune because I saw your tune. I played. I went on my my healer, and I was crying about this. I think like 4 episodes back, about how I got on my boosted tune and I went to try a monk healing, and I started queuing for battlegrounds. And so far, I checked it. It was like at 52, I think, and not a single win in any battleground. So I would love to hear how you win
Hold on.
this.
So let me guess one thing. You're Alliance.
I'm Horde.
What?
No!
Oh, snap.
No! Why?
Love
Hey,
this
now
guy.
you know why you were kicked, Belle.
I'm the old fast alliance member. What is going on?
Hey, I roll
I
both
know why
ways.
you were
I
kicked.
roll both ways. No homo.
So when you go into before you describe what your plan is, you got to keep in mind. I've been playing Altic Valley back in my day. I played back
In
vanilla, man. I was playing Altic Valley. That was the good stuff. So I like to know do you type this strategy in to the chat line, or are you going with a group of guys?
Actually, we everything's coordinated usually over Vent. Actually, it's always been Vent. Usually the World of Warcraft thing. Originally, these came from Natharzim, like I said, my home realm. We were only able to battle other people from our realm, so I was always my pre-mades would actually face the Alliance side pre-mades from my same realm.
Wow.
And so we'd always just get on the Vent. I welcome anybody to play. I don't have any gear requirements. I don't. Anybody of any experience level is welcome to come along. I don't stack my deck in any means whatsoever. And the reason I even play AV like this is because it's the largest battleground which I can get the most people, I can bring the most people together and show them how to have a really good time in a large-scale battle.
That is awesome. That is something else.
All right, so let's hear it. Let's hear strategy.
So what happens every single game, I've recently rolled out with something called the Rastrat 2.0. The original strategy has been changed a little bit. You can find some information on it if you Google for it. It's not hard to find. There's an old fan. There's actually a few YouTube videos. There's some blogs on it and things like that. But basically, what happens is, right when we get in the cave and the game's going to start, I'm going over. I'm typing out and I'm talking in events sometimes. Depends on how many pugs we have with us, because it's very difficult for us to get all 40 people in. Usually we're carrying about 10 or 8 other people that just randomly got with us, so not everybody always gets in, because Blizzard changed the way you can't queue up as a raid, so everybody has to solo queue together. And I'm glad they haven't changed that at all. I think it's great that we can still have this battleground experience with a bunch of people. Excuse me. But anyways, we sit in the cave, and usually I call for a team of 3 to 5 people to go to Sternhurst Graveyard right away off the bat. We have 5 guys going to Sternhurst Graveyard. Their objective is to cap that as soon as possible and to keep physical eyes on it. So we have 5 guys going off there as soon as the gate opens. We have another guy that sits right around the Ice Blood Tower choke point. What his job is to do is he's hiding off the side somewhere, and he's going to count and let me know how many Alliance have actually continued on past the Ice Blood Graveyard. So I want to know how many Alliance at a certain time when I call for it that are heading south towards our keep or Tower Point. So now I have tabs on roughly where the Alliance are at. The rest of the raid sits behind Gal. This is our signature move that we've had for years. Like I said, I've been doing these for 6, almost 7 years. I've been running Rastrat AV since early Burning Crusade. And it's always back behind Gal's room. So we stack up the rest of the raid right there. And when the Alliance go in, we bait the trap, I watch it, and I can see how many Alliance are going into the bunker. And we wait. And as soon as the moment's right to close the trap, and I feel that there's enough Alliance in there that we can, crash in, we rush around the corner, we drop in, we say hello, and it's just absolute chaos. And you have no idea. Like, it's a lag fest at this point in time, because there's like 60, 70 people in this room that are all just AoEing like mad. And so we wipe them up there, and depending on how many Alliance I kill in that room, I can kind of tell where the Alliance elsewhere are. And that's when I ask for that count. So now I know how many Alliance are down in the south. So what I'll do is I'll call for that many Horde to head back south and start a backcap team. And the beautiful thing about this is I don't do group assignments. I don't say, hey, you have to go here, or you have to go there, or group 2 has to go here. I basically tell people, guys, situational awareness is key. Open up your map, flesh it out, watch for it. If you don't see enough people going somewhere, be the hero, be the volunteer, be the champion we need to make sure that this game succeeds. So people will automatically step up on their own, watch the map, and flesh out where they need to be. Because, when we get those puggers, and there's a lot of bots now. Bots are really bad in the battlegrounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
And so you can't, we basically treat them as like our offensive team. So we always got to make sure that we're the ones doing what's needed to be done. So we go back on back cap. Everybody else is heading for Icewing Bunker. On the way up to Icewing Bunker, we'll go up and cap Snowfall Graveyard, get it spinning. We won't defend it. And we sit up at the Icewing choke point. Now, the reason we cap Stonehearth Graveyard is because everybody we just killed at Galv is now rezzed all the way up at Stormpike, giving us time to close the gap on that Icewing Bunker choke point right there. And we just stack everyone right there. And what we're doing is everyone we kill in the south on that back cap team, we're locking them up north. We're basically shoving them up north and then clearing out the south completely. So then the south, once the south is all clear, they move up and join us at the choke. So then I keep about 5, 6, 7 people back at the choke point there at Icewing Choke, and people are volunteering for this. We're not I'm not designating people. I'm not calling out names. People step up and volunteer for this. They'll sit at the Icewing Choke point, and we don't cap bunkers. We don't go into Belinda's room. We don't do anything that drains the reinforcements unnecessarily. We're looking for actual PvP combat. That's what we're there to do. We're there to fight. We don't want to have these quick games where, we're rushing to the end and things like that. Not at all. We want to actually fight. So these 500 reinforcements that we see, those are honorable kills to us that can be earned, either on the roads, fighting for objectives, or if the Alliance give up or don't fight hard enough, in the graveyard. So at this point, we assign a choke team, 5, 7 guys. Everybody else, the entire raid, pushes north. And we're like a giant broom. And we sweep down through the valley on the left. We sweep up through the lumber mills on the right up above the hill there. And we kill everything all the way up to Stormpike Graveyard. And we get a cap on it as quick as possible. So once Stormpike Graveyard is capped, we'll sit there and defend that point right there until it fully caps. We will not cross that bridge. Once that graveyard caps, though, everything changes. Now I have the entire raid focusing its position on the aid station and trying to get a cap on that. As soon as we start getting close to that, I start calling for a number of people to head to the cave entrance. So we get about 5, 10 guys to sit at the cave entrance, and they secure that. Once we cap that aid station, the Alliance don't own anything. Guess where they're spawning?
I don't know.
In their cave.
In their cave, yeah.
They have nowhere else to go. So everything we kill and wipe up at the aid station is now at the cave. So now we've effectively created a jail. All the Alliance are trapped in that cave. So at this point, this is the most delicate part of the operation because now we have to switch our focus. We have to switch enough people to make sure we have enough up there to hold them back in that cave. So I'll keep about 5 to 8 guys at the aid station to keep our eyes on it until it fully caps. The rest of the raid, including the choke team, everybody else, is going up to that cave entrance, and that's where we lock them in. As soon as that aid station caps, everybody Horde side is pretty much in that cave, except for anybody going back. Because there's a lot of stealth guys on the Alliance side. They're going for, graveyards and towers and things like that. So we send guys back throughout the game to go and get those. And we farm out the reinforcements right there in the cave. Game over.
Oh my god!
I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it.
You just described what a scientist talks about rats. Like you just like, this is what we do with the rats. We put this little treat here, and he goes over there, and then we put the treat here, and he goes in the cage. And then we kill him, and then we throw him in the trash. And I've never seen Horde ever do that in my life. Let me explain. As you know, if you do Altic Valley by yourself, you go in there and you go, okay, here's the strategy, guys. You're going to go take the top 2 bunkers, top 2 towers, wait for them to fall, then you're going to get Van, and then it's game over. And then, and then someone will be like, no, recap, back cap, protect base, and all of a sudden you have 20 people giving out different types of strategies on how to, and really all that matters is we have 20 bots who are going to do their own thing. And they're going to run around and do who knows what. And
they hang together. The bots hang together.
They just die. Everyone just dies in Altic Valley. And that's how it is for us, or they Zerg now. And your strategy actually prevents the Zerg, and like you said, you meet them in there. And it is an absolute riot. So have you ever lost in that one battle right there when you go back inside to defeat them when they're trying to Zerg the boss? Have you ever lost that fight?
We lose Galv every once in a great while. Usually it's later in the game when we're not watching him anymore. They'll have a few slip by, and they'll actually stealth up. Usually druids and rogues. They'll get a druid tank and a druid healer, and a couple rogue DPS, and then they'll go into Galv. And if I don't see the call from Van calls out when he's engaged, or Captain Van or whatever, he calls out when he gets engaged. So, or Captain Galv, excuse me, my brain's somewhere else. Captain Galv, when he gets engaged. He calls out, and if I see that, I send people back. But if I miss it, every once in a while, they'll have 5 guys. It takes them a little while, but they'll chisel him down to nothing and kill him out. But generally in that outright room battle and right off the start, that's something I think I've only ever lost that fight once, ever.
Well, it was crazy how you were describing the whole fight. I remember talking to Elida here, and a while back, I'm not sure if he remembers, but I explained to him the best PvP battle I've ever had. And it was in Altic Valley. And I know I'm going on a story, guys. So I'm in this thing, and it's weird. We get all the way over there to their base. We're Zergin. I actually got a group to actually do it with me, or someone agreed to do it. So we all zerged, and the Alliance were nowhere to be found. These guys never showed up. They never crossed the open snow area where you always see them cross, And so we were like, where are these guys? So we're like, well, get Van, get him. So we're in there and we're attacking all the bosses and everything. And out of nowhere, man, all this Alliance just come into the room and they annihilate us. So now we spawn back in the graveyard. Now they're making their way back in one solid group, and the Horde is starting to spread out and do their thing now. So now they're going by and they're not going to kill Drek. They're going by and they're capturing towers. And they're killing all of us down. The game went on for probably about 30 minutes of just slaughtering us. And it was a great strategy. And I don't know if that's not what you really described, because they were kind of just farming us. But the way they were sticking together, there was a good 30 of them in one group. It was like a ball of death. And they would...
The ultimate
and they would go into an area and they would just annihilate you. And then at the end, they finally... By the time they had us back at our cave, that's like almost exactly what you said. We were eventually back at our cave, and they kept us in the cave, and then they killed Drek.
Yep, they used the strat against the Horde.
And you were describing that, and I said, I've been through that, but on the opposing team, and it sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks.
It does suck. When you started out, everybody starts trolling the chat. And you just get a lot of woo woo, chugga, and everybody's dropping their buff like a million times for no reason at all. And then we all head and zerg to the main dude. We get all the way to the end, and we never have enough people to take him on. And they're always complaining, saying, "Well, you need to go back and backcap because there's too many guys here." And that never happens, and we just lose.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
I don't like any of it.
So the key is to have vent.
I think it's great.
You need to be talking to all these people. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. You get too many trolls who don't care. And you know what? I got to admit, I've been there before. And I'm gonna say something that'll get me in trouble. I've been there before where I just give up. I don't care because I know we're not going to win. I've tried too many times. So I'm like, hey, and I call one of my sons over, run around, and I'll go do something.
You get 150 honor if you just lose.
I'm gonna get 90 something honor. I'm not going to spend 30 minutes getting owned.
Yep.
Because if they decide not to kill the boss and they decide to farm us, I'm not going to spend 30 minutes to get 90.
Yep.
It's true.
What? Why? It's no fun.
It's true.
It's no fun. So I'm like, hey, you like to run around on my mount? Go have fun. And I walk away and I go and talk to the wife and do something, and I come back and he's like, oh, I'm already out. And I'm like, cool. I didn't get kicked for
being inactive.
AFK. He just ran around and did nothing, and I still got the 90 points, and I hate it. That's why almost everybody, they just click, don't go to that one, and don't go to Isle of Conquest.
Well, Isle of Conquest is something else, man. I don't want to get started on that one.
I know, but it's the same thing. We don't win
those.
And I told you, I've played...
Two controversial things, though, that people have brought up about the Rastret AVs. And the biggest one is that we're pre-made, and so we're always going to own everything, and it's a guaranteed win and all that stuff. And that's really not the case. I mean, yeah, we're a pre-made, but it'd be silly to assume that we've never faced other pre-mades. And I've seen pre-mades lose to pugs. any kind of guarantee when it comes to being a pre-made in any way whatsoever. It's how well the group is working together and how well the other group is working together that's ultimately going to end it. And they argue that what we do is not, in fact, PvP, but it is. We're fighting the Alliance. Yeah. We're fighting you out. We're kicking you out of our towers. We're pushing you up north. If you don't fight hard enough, you end up in the graveyard. We have nowhere else to kill you.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
I only look at it
player versus player.
Yeah, I only look at it as you're a group of guys that actually know how to play the game. You know, that's the way, you know.
Some of the other pre-mades out there, as Cutthroat Gaming, like I mentioned before, the Bloodthirsty, Iron Wolf Clan, the Raster AVs, Cupcake Cartel. These are all different groups that run.
Cupcake Cartel?
Yeah. They call it IC3, the Cupcake Cartel. It's led by Issa from Nessingwary. But, these groups have all been running for quite some time and whatnot. With some of the older ones like Proudfather Airlines, QQ.net, that was a big Alliance pre-made community back in the day. But, people can join in these, and it's not necessarily a guarantee. And these pre-mades, they face each other, and when they do, these are some of the most intense battles you will ever see. And that's what we look for. I'm not here to look for the easy win. Believe me, I'm not. I'm looking for a good time. I'm looking to fight players, and the harder that the Alliance fight me, the more fun I have.
Right. I agree with that. I think that's awesome. So it's kind of like a raid group, but for PvP. Right. Oh, that's awesome.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
I don't anymore.
Add me on Facebook.
He's the reason that I've been having so many issues in AV this last week or two. It literally, Alliance can't seem to get it together, and I'm ashamed.
Or is it?
I'm trying to show the Horde how to win there.
Yeah, I've never seen the Horde win Alpha Valley in a year or so.
We've got Alliance has been annihilated, so I'm upset about that, but I'll get over it.
You can find my games through OQ. If you have the add-on OQ from solidice.com, if and when I am running, you'll see me right at the top of the list. I'm one of the VIPs in OQ. My team will be in red letters at the top, and you can just queue up right for that. I'll get you in.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm going to stalk you as my Alliance, and I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to try.
That's how that's going to go down.
He's probably going to have 20 guys behind him. I
know. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, maybe not.
You have no idea. Like, when I get in these games, like, the Alliance know who I am. I've been doing this for a long time. They know to look for my name, and they know what they're up against. And I actually, recently, we had some people in our pre-made actually create pets. Like, some hunters created some pets whose name was Rathamus. And these pets get burned down in focus so bad, it's not even... And if I step out of place...
Like, there he is.
Yeah, they see me. If I don't have a healer on me, I'm done, because I'm just nearly insta-gib, because they look at me, they know I'm their tormentor, and they go after me hard.
That is awesome.
Oh my gosh, so you should have like a wanted sign in Stormwind.
Wow. Well, back at, like I said, when it was Realm on Realm, when it was Nathrazim only, facing other Nathrazim, the Alliance on our server would actually form multiple 40-man raids to come into the city, not to kill a boss. They would come to kill me in between queues for AV. They would send full raids to come and try and kill me.
No.
In games. I kid you not.
That is
He's hiding like at the Taylor house. So
like a couple times they got like a whole group of like rogues and druids together, and they've all popped out of stealth at once and like insta-killed me before I even had a chance to hit my ice block button. I was toast.
You're a mage?
Yes.
Well, that's the worst person to be if you're always being targeted.
It's actually the best. Frost, I have a lot of survivability, so I do have a lot of mitigation.
You could blink and fire away, that's for certain.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Hey guys, does any one of you guys have a stopwatch? Because we need to run him through the gauntlet.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I do. Give me a second.
Okay. So basically, the gauntlet is a series of questions we're going to ask you about World of Warcraft, and we'll see how many you get. We'll put you up on the board, and we'll see how you fare against the other people who've gone through it.
I thought I did.
All right. I'm not holding high expectations here. I don't PvE at all. PvP is purely what I do. So.
It's
Oh, I should have designed the questions for that.
Oh God, I'm in trouble now.
I like you guys.
Does anybody have a stopwatch?
I do on my phone. I do. I can't find it.
Wow. It's for 30. How many seconds?
It needs to be 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm ready to do this.
Okay. Are you ready to go, Raph?
I'm ready.
Okay, hit the timer. What's the racial mount for the dwarves?
Bam.
Name the August Celestials.
No idea.
Okay, what's the name of the turtle in the Forgotten Depths?
No idea.
Who's the leader of the Worgen King?
Where did you come up with that?
Right?
Racial mount for the Tauren.
Racial mount for the Tauren. God.
Got it.
Don't know.
Time is up. Time is up.
Wow,
Oh my
you
God.
play the game. No.
Yeah, you even live
No,
from.
those questions were not fair at all.
Well,
No,
who
they
knows
weren't.
the-
They weren't.
knows
They
the
weren't.
name?
I'm sorry.
you've not been in the Timeless Isle. Have you been to the
Yeah,
Timeless
who knows
Isle?
the Celestial's name? You should have
I
asked them.
hate
Okay,
Timeless Isle.
you could have asked them.
You should have said
Yeah.
what creatures were in the Timeless
what
Isle or
creatures
something.
were they? Yeah.
Good Lord, God, that was challenging. I only got one out of those right.
I got two. That was the Ram and the Kodo.
The next question was name the Fallen Protectors.
Who?
Oh, man.
So, the Fallen Protectors, you know, the three that we go against that were part of the Golden Lotus questing hub.
The panda?
Between the two,
I
yeah.
wouldn't
And
know that.
there was the Rook, Key, and Sun. So, anyway, yep, all right. Well, if anybody wanted to get a hold of you, Wrath, and find you, go ahead and plug away, bro.
If you want to get a hold of me, I welcome everybody. Feel free to add me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Rathamus. It's RATHAMUS. You can also follow me on twitter.com/Rathamus. If you want, you can email me, rathamus@rathamus.com. And you can always find me on the World of Warcraft public vent anytime I'm online and available. That's where I'll be. And the details for that is wow.publicvent.org, and the port on it is 4135. And you can always find me there.
Can I get your home address? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
She's gonna go.
I have
totally-
thought it's crazy. I'm like, you're joking, but I'm actually dead serious. I have people like trying to find out where I live.
They want to burn your
Oh,
house
that's
down.
not
That's why. It's alliance that they're all
Keep
bad.
killing me, Navy.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
gonna burn your house down. They're gonna, what's it called? They're gonna, what's that called? They're gonna stalk your graveyard. They're gonna sit there.
I get spotted. That's the thing. Somebody's gonna call the SWAT team or something and
Oh my
something
gosh.
here.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. We're definitely going to give you a shout out on our page, and we're going to give all your stuff a shout out. We're really happy that you came on the show. So thanks for coming, Wrath. We appreciate it.
Thank you for
And
having me.
we'll look into your stuff. Yeah, for sure. Friza, how can people get a hold of you?
You can get on with Facebook, Friza Mage. Definitely post to me or send me a message saying you want to do some PvP, and we will get started for sure. Facebook's the best way, though.
Awesome.
Facebook's the best way.
Yep. How about you, Matt?
Don't.
Don't. The loner.
All right. Val, how can people get a hold of you?
I can be reached at Facebook, which is facebook.com/SamanthaIsIt. I'm also now on Twitter, and it's all spam's fault. Don't really know how to use it, but you can feel free to tweet me lessons or help me out. It's at Bell of Warcraft. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And you can go ahead and feel free to send her Twitter for Dummies.
Please.
And all right. So, yeah, and you guys can get a hold of Spamburger at I Eat Spamburgers on Twitter. We miss him. It was his birthday today. So, happy birthday, Spam.
Happy birthday,
we
Spam.
miss you. And you guys can get a hold of me on Elida on Facebook. Friend me on Facebook. And guys, feel free to hook us up with a like on our Facebook page because we're trying to get more
Or
likes.
beta keys.
And if you guys want to, yeah, there you go, or beta key. And if you guys want to, sorry, my daughter's yelling here. If you guys want to find us on iTunes and give us 5 stars, that'd be great. We'll shout you out on the show.
Awesome.
I want to make
Go
sure that
ahead.
I want to make sure that I address something that happened, and it's my fault. I did not have the video ready. For everybody that listened over the last 2 episodes, you guys know that Friza was challenged by my guild second in command, Tisaris, who is a warrior. Friza got a little mouthy about the warrior. We set up the challenge. I recorded it. I am editing it. As soon as it's ready, we will get it posted. But I just want to make a public announcement that although Friza did put up a good effort, He did
He
lose.
failed.
He did lose. He won 1 out of 3, so Tesaurus was the reigning champion. And I need to make sure that Frieza publicly acknowledges that a warrior literally owned him.
I got
Do it,
the.
Frieza.
I will say I take back what I said about the Warriors. They're definitely pretty powerful people, and that's all I want to say about them.
Powerful people. Okay. We're not
And as part of the punishment, he has to create a warrior and level him to 90, and then leave him.
Now,
That's your punishment there, Frieza.
I live in Denver. Is that right?
What happened?
Li?
Yes.
I go through there all the time. I should actually swing by sometime. I'll hit you up on Facebook and we'll hang out.
Hit us up. Yeah, we'll meet at a Buffalo Wild Wings or
That's
something.
where
And
this all got started.
That's unfair. I do not live in Denver. That's unfair.
Where do you
We
live?
don't know you.
What? How dare you?
no, if she lived in Denver, she'd get
Where
kicked.
do you live?
How dare you? The horror I have to suffer on a day-to-day basis with these guys. Raph, I need you to save me. Please, for the love of Jeebus, save me. I actually am in Arizona, which is not too far from
Phoenix?
Denver. Yes. Well, Buckeye,
I
but
go
yes.
to Phoenix too. I go to Phoenix as well. I'm actually a truck driver. I get to travel the U.S. and meet a lot of these people that I play with. And
Hey,
That is
visit-
awesome.
Really? So you drive a semi?
yes, I drive semi. Yep.
me
drive
and my
for a company.
brother are diesel mechanics. We fix semis.
Nobody
yeah, I
cares.
mean-
Nobody cares.
We're hardcore.
But yeah, if you look at my Facebook page, I have all kinds of pictures of me shaking people's hands and stuff. That's from me traveling around the country and just happen to line up with people, and they either recognize me or whatever it might be, and I get to hang out and meet a lot of the people that I play with. It's really cool.
That is
So how
awesome.
do you get to play WoW when you're like a truck driver?
I do work a lot of hours when I drive, but I have a cellular connection in my truck. So anywhere I have a 4G signal, I'm on Ventrilo, I'm on WoW, I'm playing and being able to stay connected that way.
That's epic, bro. That's absolutely epic.
That's awesome. Definitely hit us up when you're in town, and we'll see if we can arrange a meetup or something and have some fun.
And when I get down to Phoenix,
All right.
I'll hit you up.
Sounds good?
Yes,
Sounds good.
yes, we'll do it. Hey, thanks for being on the show. Thanks, guys, for listening. We appreciate it, and hook us up with some likes. Hook us up with some love.
Yeah.
From all of us here at PWNcast, guys, we got to call it a day. We appreciate all the love, guys, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
I smell the burning of the villages at dawn. No room for weakness in the soldiers of the spawn. You can't withstand my hammer's blow. This is my right, I take control. I see a vision of my foe on bended knee, his neck extended for my axe to set him free. We will overthrow you all someday. You can't withstand my hammer's blow. This is my right, I take control. We are the Horde, your rightful overlord.
Okay, is everybody ready?
No.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Wait, you're not ready, Ray?
I'm ready. I don't know what we're talking about, but yeah, I'm ready to go.
You're not in the Honey Badgers?
He didn't even know he was even in the Honey Badgers group earlier.
I got my head resting in my hands right now. Okay, you're gonna have to wing it.